Let's quickly talk about Shathra. If you want to take on Venom and various other cosmic champions, she is indeed one of these. I'm going to throw a load of footage on screen in a moment, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that I put notes of in the description. I got a chance probably for about an hour and a half to play this champion today. Unfortunately, that's not a huge amount of time, but I got the gist of the champion as to what I liked and what I disliked about it. From a rotation standpoint, trying to put down the mediums and lights in order to put eggs on the enemies, and then looking to, that's fine. It's just when it comes to the execution of the heavy attack rotation in order to throw on the vulnerability. The AI is not very receptive to it. I really hope that Kabam investigate and put right the state of AI, because it isn't great. But when the AI is playing ball, at least you can put a great amount of damage on your enemies. And that's where this champion's power control is amazing. I had a lot of fun playing around with the power control, especially when going up against all or nothing based champions, so the likes of Hyperion. You could take on Cersei, Maestro, more the power gain rampant champions that can be really frustrating. Destroyer could be an option to take him down as an alternative. But hey, I'd love to have this and test it on my lane, because my path in Alliance Wars is not too great at the moment. I really would like a really strong power control champion and I think Shathra is part of the Saga based champions. Anyway, your eggs, your astral wasps, and doing great amount of damage. You wanna put on those eggs, you wanna do an SP1, you wanna do a heavy attack, hold it down, and that's going to throw your vulnerability on, and that is going to do you a great amount of damage. I had a lot of fun actually playing around with the champion in different modes. Like the footage you saw earlier was me taking on a super scroll and that all or nothing node, which is power. I'm showing the power control. Obviously, Realm of Legends, we've got rotation of 3 fights, which I want to kind of showcase. So the first one is just showcasing the extent of damage potential. Once we've got even a little bit of the vulnerability on, which you can see there's 11 on right there, and trying to get at least a little bit of a ramp in a second. So we can say we've just done an SP2 right there. You can see the damage is very nice. Of course, this is a Liquid Courage double edge Shathra. He's against a Cosmic Champion, and again, like, I'm kind of getting my feel around the champion as well. To have a champion for a short space of time to then go, I've got to quickly know how to learn this. I did feel that it was quite quick to pick up. This is a rank 2 7-star version for those curious, and I do like the champion. I just think that at the moment it's that AI that calls it a bit tricky. You're going to see the AI problems, I think, in a minute, which, you know, it is what it is. I'm also going to showcase some Spiderverse, but you can see that the great damage right there. I've got to build up more vulnerability, and that's the case of holding down the heavy attack, which you're going to see in a second about the quick ramp up. And that's what I like. Shathra is a quick ramp champion that is fun and also rotates around easy around special attacks, getting some of that extra power from enemies. This is kind of like a bad finish off. This is where I kind of feel like I'm learning the champion pattern, at least kind of get the ramp up. So first of all, you can see we're putting on the eggs. Then when you do an SP1, you're able to put the atropathy and I'm not saying that right, I mean atropathy, and then you're able to put 300 wasps on, and I think catch the eggs or something like that. Like, I'm either kind of like doing it. I think it's fun. Anyway, the plan is to build up to the SP2 in a minute, and then it's a case of like hatching all those eggs and putting them to be waspies, but also have the vulnerability stacked on. So we're consuming for the vulnerability stacked on, which you can see right there. We're then going into the SP2 because we've been sprung out, 21 vulnerability on, and then it's a nice little ramp right there. And I think I need to do an SP1. There we go. Like, the AI just is so idle that I'm like, okay, what am I doing here? Like, that was kind of like a bit annoying, but you can see like the ramp is very nice and the damage is super great as well. Now, you do have these divine wasp totems. Once per quest, Shathra can consume 1 vengeance in the pre-fight menu to place a cross-fight wasp totem on the next fight. The next Spiderverse hero enter the fight becomes wasp totem for the rest of the quest. getting the following abilities. Poison immunity, whenever a poison fails due to immunity, gain plus 10% Fury passive for 10 seconds. Performing an evade, auto block or miss starts a 5-second timer. If a special attack is activated while the timer is active, it becomes passively unblockable, which is good. There's also other things when it comes to like synergies wise that kind of open up the champion or champions Spider-Verse. You can see there they all have something unique, but also it's kind of like Apocalypse, like Horseman of the Apocalypse. It's not as potent, but it's potent enough. Also, you need to evade in some respects to get the unblockable, so it's more about going into immunity. But it's specific. You have to guarantee that you're going to go into a fight where poison is going to be something to watch out for. A lot of the time, that's not the case. And I've got footage of it working really well, but also if you have Spider-Verse champions on the team, they do get some added bonuses. There's also added bonuses with the true Queen of the Hive, with Wasp and Yellow Jacket, depending on the pair-ups you like. But, and we've got footage right here. Once the totem has been activated, you can see the Fury passives in the top left-hand corner are doing their bit, and we're doing a bit of, we're trying to do a bit more damage here with Spider-Man 2099. I don't really rock double-edged liquid courage masteries with Spider-Man 2099. It's not really my vibe. I just have it here in my beta account. So this is still good because it at least gives you a bit of a perspective of, okay, well, normally if you go up against Scarlet Witch, she procs poison, and she seems to get it quite frequently. I'm not saying Kabam should sort that out, but maybe they should. And getting poison on does mean that that's a frustrating edge to you losing health. So getting that Fury passive pop up is nice, and that is something that can or could help out at some later point if you have a node that, I don't know, could poison you, and you've got this as an option, a Spider-Verse based champion you could bring into the fight. Either way, we voted for this champion to come into game. I think that it's fun. It has some elements of nullification to deal with buffs. It is an interesting extra option to take on, I don't know, your Maestros, your, Terex. It's a great new option. It's like, you know, when they put in Maestro and everyone was like, well, how do we take on Maestro? And then other cosmics are Terex, buff, and Cersei. Well, this is going to be one of those options of champions you're going to be considering to like bring in. I think she's great. I think a lot of people will enjoy her, and I love the extent of damage you can ramp up to, especially with kind of like popping off those wasps to get those vulnerabilities and do a lot of damage. But I don't know what everyone else's thoughts are. Put it in the comments. And also that sneaky power control option interests me a lot as to, hey, rapid power gaining, well, option to counter. Shathra, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the video. I'm going to do a crystal opening in a moment. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Much love and goodbye.